Hello, everybody. Welcome to Trackalicious. Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome. We've got Season 3 of the Draft and Drive Championship event. Call it what you want. Super exciting day. It is the Draft Day. I'm Kuja Terekov, and joining me is the organizer, one of the team captains, a man with many labels, and a very skilled man at that. Neil Kerbal joining us in the commentary booth / draft event room tonight. How are you doing tonight, Neil?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much, Kuzia, for joining me in the booth today, or actually allowing me to join you in the booth today for this auspicious event. It has been 1 year, almost to the day, that we did Draft and Drive Season 2. So it's really exciting that we are able to kick this off. I'm appreciative of all the captains and drivers who registered for this event. So yeah, I'm very excited to see this play out. And as we're seeing in chat, it's meme season.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, thanks everybody for joining. Got some Trackalicious stickers in there. Doc Milby, as always, good to see you, my friend. No actual racing tonight. Should explain what we're doing here. So today we are doing the draft, in which our 4 team captains will get to pick their team for the race that is happening next week on the 24th at Imola. So first and foremost, we will go to the wheel picker of doom and destiny to select the draft order.
Ooh, hold on. Before we do that, what we need to do is actually get the nominations from the team captains. So we'll bring them in one at a time. And historically, we have done this with the lowest SimGrid score first. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring in the possibly low, but mysteriously low Joshua Worley. He's going to be our lowest SimGrid rated captain, but I don't think that SimGrid score is accurate of his actual skill. Joshua, you are in with us in the stream room, and at this point we'd like to welcome you to the event, as well as get an idea of your team name and the car nomination. You're going to be kicking off this Draft and Drive season, so
well, thanks for having me. Obviously returning captain, so we're going to run the same team name back, which was the Backmarker Bandits.
Good name. Good name.
This car select, man, being the first to pick a car is rough, but we're gonna go with the 2019 Audi R8 Evo.
Love it.
The 2019. Go ahead, Kuja.
No, I was just saying I love that choice. Very. What made you pick the Audi of all the cars, especially from the 2019 season?
I don't know. I didn't think it that far through.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, the first on the alphabet, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, so it's always exciting to see. It's always just exciting to see those old cars get brought back into play. So we'll see what sort of car choices our other team captains like to make. Returning captain, you said, Joshua. What are you looking forward out of this season compared to the last one?
Well, I'll be honest. I'd really like to see some water on the track, but
there you go.
I'm just here to have a good time.
That's always what we ask for.
Yeah, it's all about fun. And yes, water on the track would be very exciting. So we'll see what the weather. I see some the drivers talking in Draft and Drive about the potential vacuum. There's no information on weather just yet, so pretty much all these captains are going into this without any information as to track conditions or what the other captains are thinking in terms of nominations. So we're starting off strong. We got the Backmarker Bandits with the Audi R8 LMS Evo. Thank you, Worley. I'm going to drop you back in the green room and bring in our next captain. And this is going to be the one, the only Professor Chronotis, somebody that we're all very familiar with. So Worley has brought in his first choice. It's going to be the Audi R8 LMS Evo. With that in mind, can you Can you let us know what your team name is, as well as your car nomination?
My team name is DraftBot, as I only narrowly was able to make it here and was almost on auto draft. And it's just too late to
That's
change the
right.
team name now.
Professor Auto Draft.
And we're gonna be nominating. Keep the era consistent here. Let's go with the 2018 Nismo.
Nice.
Nismo. That's the Nissan, right?
It is.
GTR. Good choice. Very competitive car. From what I think I've seen, I don't think that car gets any LFM BOP anymore. Is that correct? Oh, it actually might. This is the 2018 one that you're nominating, correct?
It is.
Okay, so that does have some LFM BOP at IMLA. Interesting choice, Chrono. All right. Any other questions for Chrono, Kuja, before we move on?
Oh
to the next
yeah,
one?
always. Nissan, popular choice kind of back in the day, a little bit died off, but now it's kind of come back. What kind of inspired the choice? Just the fact that it's come back into popularity, or you're trying to stick with the era in that 2000 kind of 18-19 season?
All of those things, yes.
Heck yeah, yes.
Those are the reasons.
Yeah, I used to really like that car a lot. It had one of the best performances under braking, so it was really, really good to get overtakes done, especially with when cars were so evenly matched. You can just use that little bit of extra braking performance. So maybe that'll be an advantage here around Imola, where it is notoriously difficult to overtake if the two cars are pretty evenly matched. So we'll see if that maybe comes into your or somebody else's advantage, of course.
And it sounds really nice. So whoever's
does,
driving
yes.
it's going to be winning anyway.
Of course.
Oh, yeah, I'm envious of that car sound. All right. Well, thank you, Chrono. Anything else to add before we bring in the next captain?
Nope.
Perfect. All right. Let's bring in. So this is going to be a new captain, one who has not participated in the last two seasons. This is going to be Mateus Alves. Welcome to the stream room, as well as welcome to the revered ranks of Draft and Drive captain.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Go ahead and let us know you thought about team names as well as a nomination. Lay it on us. What's your team name and what are you nominating for this Draft and Drive event?
All right. So for the team name, I don't know if it's obvious by my Discord profile to everyone that can see it, but I'm a bit of a weeb. So I'm just going to go with initial D reference, and that's why my team name is Downhillers in Distress. And why are we in distress? Well, you've seen those car nominations. I don't know about you, but I am very distressed right now. But
You feel a
yeah,
little distressed?
I do. I honestly, I'm already scared. I don't know what's gonna happen when I'm going over the chicane for the first time. Those old suspensions, they're not gonna like it.
Yeah,
And
Imola is pretty heavy on the bumps.
it is. And that's why, actually, just segueing it a little bit already into my car nomination, I am actually going to pick my favorite car for this. And it's a car that I've raced a lot in the past. And it's the Ferrari 488 Evo.
Nice. Bringing back the old Ferrari. The 296 got introduced not too long ago now, but that has been the Ferrari of choice. But yeah, bringing the 488 back.
It is with this. It's old Fiat suspension. I cannot overstate how bad it is on the bumps.
Yeah, that's a super interesting choice. I love that.
That 488 has actually been nominated in the previous two seasons, and I actually drove it in season one, and it's a pretty fun car.
Nice.
I enjoy it.
It's extremely fun. You just hopefully you're not going too fast.
Well, anything else to add before we wrap up the nominations and team announcements?
Not from my end.
Okay.
Thanks for joining
All right.
us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. I'm going to bring everyone back in just a minute. So if you want to, I'll just leave you. If you want to hang out here, just go ahead and mute yourself, and I'll bring the other captains in once we're done. Because the final team and nomination is actually going to be from me.
Yeah, well, Neil, so team name, what is it gonna be for you
So
this season?
I played around with a few ideas, but since Chrono is leaning more into the draft bot role, I had a sort of draft themed team name, but I'm going to pivot and I'm going to go with the Pit Stop Goblins.
Nice. Hoping
From
that
what I
the
hear,
pit
Goblins are in right now, so we'll see how we run it.
hoping that the pit crew are able to use that to their advantage in the race that is gonna happen next week.
Allow us maybe to cut that pit stop line maybe just a little bit, spend a little less time in the box.
I like your thinking there. And with that being said, what is going to be your car nomination? We've got the 2019 Audi, we've got the 18 Nissan, and the 488 Ferrari, and now the last car choice from Neil.
It's a tough decision. I had my idea on one, but I think I'm going to bring back an old school choice, one that has been in the previous 2 seasons of Draft and Drive. I'm going to nominate the Jag.
Oh,
the
yeah.
2012 Jag.
Heck
Just
yeah.
another
Get that
car that just
noise in there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's a super fun choice. We always love to see the Jag on the grid in any modern grid, any endurance race that you see, any grid you're doing. Yeah, super fun to see those out on track. And so yeah, Pork Chop's happy about the Jag.
The Jag, baby. Lovely. All right. That is my team name and my nomination. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the other team captains and just let them know to mute themselves until it's their turn to talk. But go ahead and switch us over to that picker wheel so we can determine the draft order.
Sounds good. Let's do just that. So we transition ourselves over to the random picker wheel of doom and destruction. So we've got our 4 team captains here. We've got Neil Kerbal, Professor Chronotis, Mateus Alves, and Joshua Worley. We're going to randomize that shuffle input, and this will determine who will be picking first in the draft. Very crucial spin here. Let's see who gets pick number 1. Is it going to be Josh Worley? It is going to land on Josh Worley. So Worley, you will get the first pick of the draft this evening.
He got the first nomination and the first pick order. So
yeah, so we'll see if everything's coming up. Maybe he will decide to pick his car first, or maybe he'll decide to go for the driver first. That is all to play for. Who will pick second of the 3 remaining drivers between Kerbal, Mateus Alves, and Professor Chronotis? It is Chronotis. He has the second pick of the draft in Season 3. Now, who will be third? Who will be fourth? It's between Mateus Alves and Neil Kerbal. So far, it's been the order that we have interviewed them. Will that all change here? It looks like it might. Neil Kerbal will get the third pick, which means Mateus Alves will pick fourth.
Let me go ahead and update the sheet if you want to switch over to that.
Sure thing.
Should now have the drivers, the draft order, the team names, the car nominations, and we should be all set to go and run through this snake draft. Have you done a like fantasy football snake draft before, Kuzia?
I have, yeah. So basically it goes order 1 through 4 in the first round, and then in the second round the order will switch and go 4 through 1, and it'll keep doing that same kind of order all the way until all of the drivers are picked.
You may need to F5 and refresh. I'm only seeing the...
There we go. It's all good.
On there.
Yeah, I just needed to open up the actual tab itself, but we are good to go.
All right. So all the team captains are here. We will go ahead and start off with Joshua Worley. How are you going to kick us off? You started us off with the nominations. Now you're starting us off with the draft pick order. What are you doing?
Well, I am going to pick my current, I consider him a rival in other leagues, but we're going to go with Ilpo as my teammate for the first pick.
Ilpo Rautsalainen, a prolific name at Trackalicious, and I'm assuming other places as well. I've seen his name kicked around in a few other leagues. He's a very talented driver with a SimGrid score that probably reflects his skill, although he's been rocketing up in SimGrid score lately. I feel like at some point he was close to me, and now he's just dwarfed me. So incredibly talented driver, good first pick selection, Worley.
Yeah, can't go wrong with Ilpo. We've seen him on the podium plenty of times, whether it be GT4s, GT3s. So super strong pick there, and he will be the first driver selected in Season 3.
All right, let's move down the list. Chronotis, you are next up with your pick, car or driver.
And just gonna go auto draft a driver, top of the SimGrid ratings. Darren Wicks, please.
Easy does it there. Auto draft complete. No further questions.
Yes, that is all.
So that brings us
is
to
all.
the third pick and the first pick for Neil Kerbel. Who will you be selecting, Neil? Or will you be selecting the car?
You know, as a designer and moderator of this league, I feel like I may have some historical insight into this. But you know what? I'm gonna follow suit with the other team captains. I'm gonna go with the driver pick first, and once again, going down the list, I'm gonna pick one driver that I know is talented, who I've driven with quite a few times before. Maybe not to the same pace as him, but I'm gonna pick Jace Wright. He's gonna be my first pick.
Jace Wright, the first pick for Neil, the third pick of the draft, and that will take us to Mateus Alves for his first selection.
Actually, I have one driver still that I think could turn the tide in my favor. That's Alex Freeman. I've researched a little bit, and I think he is going to be a fine addition to the team. Now, I've got 2 picks, right?
You sure
Since I'm
do,
going
yeah.
first.
We are snaking now, so now we go 4, 3, 2, 1, and since you are 4, you get the first pick of round 2.
Mhm. And that's actually a bit of a conundrum for me because I'm actually not sure if I go for another driver or if I secure a car. But I'm actually going to go for the car. So I
Ooh,
am going
our
to
first
take the
car
GTR.
choice. There we
Yeah.
go. First car choice is selected. And Mateus, with the back-to-back selection, gets Alex Freeman as the driver and the Nissan GTR. His car nomination, and your car nomination was the Ferrari, so he has now taken the Nissan.
Sorry, I couldn't hear Alves. So Alves, you said the Ferrari 488 Evo?
Yeah, no, the GTR, please.
The GTR. Okay, so you're
Yes,
picking
yeah.
the Nissan.
Yes, he's going for the car Steel versus taking the car that he nominated himself.
Neil trying to
Ooh.
pull a fast one there.
Editing
I'm
the
paying
data.
attention.
It's rigged, confirmed.
I'm in control of the data. No, just making sure that you're picking what you want, Elvis. I'm not insinuating or
course.
controlling the selections. All right, so we got the. Oh man, this is tough. I was really hoping to get the Nissan. So we got the Evo and the Jag. I don't know. Let me ask you, Kuzia, what do you think is faster around Imola, the Jag or the Ferrari?
So let's see. Well, let's see here. It's hard to think because the Jag, I feel like, has a very popular kind of niche community around it, and that there's still a lot of drivers kind of using it. So there's possible setups and videos and guides on how to get quick around there. But I feel like with the Ferrari, especially with the 488, it's kind of died out since the 296 got introduced. So that's kind of the thing there, is I feel like historically the 488 would be faster there, given if they were still racing at the time that they got released. But now it's kind of tricky, you know, because the Jag being that super fun little car that it is, yeah, still a popular choice. So it's hard to, yeah, very hard to say. So I just like the Jag for the noise, of course, but yeah, always a hard pick there.
Very hard pick. You know what? I think I'm going to stick with what I'm familiar with. I've driven the Jag at Donington last season, and I drove the Ferrari 488 in the first season. But you know what? I know something. I'm going to pick the Jag.
He knows something. He's got insider knowledge. So 2 cars on the board, and neither of them selected by... Or no, one was... You did nominate the Jag, didn't you? Yeah, so yes.
I nominated the Jag,
yes.
And Alves nominated the Ferrari, so we both got our car nominations.
No, we
Except
didn't.
that's not what Alves picked.
That's right.
Alves,
That is
yes.
not what Alves picked.
Alves nominated the 488, but he picked the Nissan, yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Don't try to push that shitbox.
All right. Well, with Neil's order on the board,
I used to main the Ferrari.
So did I. That's why I know.
Oh, I know too. And I'm dragging some people down with me by taking the Ferrari.
I feel like that was your
Fine.
strategy last season, Chrono.
We'll go to the moon. Yeah, taking
All right.
the Ferrari. Well, it's either that or the Audi, so I don't know about the Audi. I think we're going to make Ilpo drive the Audi. We're going to take the Ferrari.
Just making sure you are picking the Ferrari. What shows up in the draft document is what you want.
Yeah, that's the one. GTR. Thank you.
The GTR is not available, Chrono.
That's not for sale, man.
Not for sale. All right, well, that takes us back to Joshua Worley with his pick in the second round, and that'll close out round 2. Well, you actually have 2 picks in a row. Your end to round 2 and your beginning to round 3.
Well, rip Ilpo. We know what car we're driving, but thank you guys for letting me get all of my drivers before any of you. So this pick is going to be Albert Guiena, because I've seen him drive the Audi before, and I know he's got experience behind the wheel of it.
Ooh.
All right, Albert on the board in round 2, and to start off round 3, who will you be selecting, Joshua?
We're gonna take Taylor Johnston.
And Taylor Johnston, 3 drivers all ready for Joshua. The others only have 1, but their car selection already in the sheet.
That's a strong pick.
Yeah.
I drove an endurance race with Taylor Johnson. He's a very consistent driver, so I think that's a strong pick for Worley.
So now do we will...
He might be stuck in an S box, but he's got a good team behind him.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely there. And now we'll snake it back to Professor Chronotis for his round 3 selection.
Well, I just did some quick math, and it turns out that 27 is bigger than 24. So we're going to go with Sam Warden.
Quick maths on the board there from the auto draft. So Sam Warden, yeah, very good driver. I believe the champion of the rookie season. So a very, very good driver, very familiar with ACC, knows the layout of all the tracks, and will have to learn the wheel of the 488 Evo to try and get that top spot for Team DraftBot.
Yeah, if I recall, I think Warden drove the Chevy in the rookie series. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that, Kuzia.
That sounds about right.
But yeah, he's a very talented driver, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of pace he's able to pull out of the Ferrari 488.
Yeah, will be super interesting to see. And now we'll take it over to you, Neil, for your selection in round 3.
Ooh, all right. So I got my car. I got my consistent top tier driver. I need some people that I know that have experience with front engine cars, and not just going off of SimGrid, although SimGrid rating does sort of back up this decision. I'm actually going to pick Brandon DeSantiago. He's got familiarity with the BMW GT4 in, I believe, the rookies and the multi-class series, and he's been a pretty consistent driver. So I hope those front engine skills can sort of allow him to bring in some points for the Pit Stop Goblins. And I believe he's hanging out in Arouge. If we want to, do you want to bring him in for some questions about this decision?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Hey, Brandon.
Oh, hello. How y'all guys doing?
I have selected you for round 3.
Yeah, I can definitely see that from what I'm seeing.
How do you feel about driving the Jag?
The Jaguar. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen it. I've seen it being driven around. Personally, I haven't driven it myself, but from what a lot of people tell me, it's a pretty fun car to drive. So honestly, I'm excited. I'm excited to take it around.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the Pit Stop Goblins, and looking forward to bringing you into the team and seeing what you can do with the Jag around Imola.
Oh yeah. No, I'm glad. I'm glad this is the first time doing this, and I'm very excited to see how this competition goes. So, yeah.
Well, we're excited to see what you can bring to the competition, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats on being selected. You will be joining Neil Kerbal, Jace Wright, and the Jag for the race next week. And that'll take us to Mateus Alves for his final 2 selections. He's got the final selection of round 3 and the first one of round 4. So we'll take it over to you, Mateus.
All right. And actually, I was doing some last minute research here as well, just because, well, just to see what's available to double check. And there was an interesting point about the front engine specialist, and I think I'm gonna have one as well, if I'm not mistaken, in the form of Ryan Eason. And that's my pick. The first
Good
one, that
pick.
is.
Good pick. Also a
And-
front engine car driver. I believe he too is a Chevy GT4 specialist.
And I believe
Correct.
he also drives the Merc, correct? For GT3, which, well, I don't drive front engine cars that much, but to me it feels very similar to the GTR. We'll see. But anyway, I have another pick. So the next one, this is the one that was a bit difficult actually. But I think I'm going to go ahead and choose Potts Weaver based on past results.
Good choice.
That is a
Good
good
choice
choice. I'm a
indeed.
little heartbroken.
A little heartbroken. There are
Potts
2
Weaver.
really strong picks there right at the end with Ryan Eason and Potts Weaver. So hopefully those 2 will get to grips with the Nissan pretty quickly. Like you mentioned, some front engine specialists there. Ryan Eason being the Camaro man that he is. And Potts Weaver does have some Jag experience. I know that for sure. So I know he might be a little heartbroken to have been selected away from the Jag, but I know his skills will translate into any car on any track. So good picks there, Mateus.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to see how it's gonna go from here.
Yeah, so that's your draft complete there. So we'll take it to Neil for his final selection in the draft.
as mentioned, I'm a little heartbroken. I feel like Alves has been one step ahead of me every single time. I wanted the Nissan, he took it. I wanted Potts Weaver, he took him. So I'm gonna go with historically who I know also drives front engine cars with somebody that is familiar and well known within the Trackalicious community. I'm gonna pick up Dr. Porkchop.
The doctor
Can't
is
have-
in.
Can't have two PhDs on one team.
Yeah, we sure can't. So that limits Professor Chronotis. Oh, I guess that kind of gets
Yeah,
Professor
it's the last decision
Chronotis,
of the
the
draft.
last decision for Professor Chronotis there. So we'll take it over to the DraftBot team for the selection.
I will take the remaining driver. Drew, get in here.
You don't want to take two cars and limit backmarker bandits to no
Ooh.
cars? No, I'm just kidding.
Walk it in free cam.
Now that you bring that up,
I drafted a bunch of track stars. Don't get your hopes up.
They can drive anything.
I think track limits don't matter when you're on foot.
There you go. We'll say it's pretty hilly around Imola, so they will certainly get a good workout in, especially through those final two sectors, climbing up and down a hill a few times. So will be certainly a fun race to look forward to. That concludes the draft. So yeah, well done, everybody. Thank you all for joining and watching along. We'll take it over to Neil now, see if what sort of final words he's got for us, and any of the captains as well.
Yeah, so we got some final words. Captains, I gave you instructions on how to set up your teams as well as get your drivers to follow them so that way they can be added. Once they're added, let me know and I'll update the SimGrid registrations to reflect the car choice and team. I'll set up the practice server so that way you guys can hop in and start doing some practice and get familiar with the track conditions. A note to everyone who registered for this event, I'm going to open up registrations again, but restrict it down to just the reserve drivers. So if you still want to participate in this event, but you did not register to participate in the draft, you are still allowed to drive on the track. We're going to turn this into a multi-class series. So if you want to still participate, if you got a free Sunday, so next Sunday, the 24th, is when the race is happening. We'll allow reserve drivers to hop in the grid as GT4 drivers, so they'll still be able to participate. Maybe create some chaos, some traffic for the draft teams to navigate, and maybe even some interesting battles with these car choices. But that's all from me. Appreciate you streaming this, Kujia. Do you have any closing statements or anything to close us out?
Oh yeah, we've got plenty on offer here. Yeah, like Neil said, next Sunday will be the actual race for the teams selected in the draft. So make sure to tune in for that on the 24th, right around the same time that this draft got started, around, I believe, 5:30 Pacific time?
5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern.
Yep. All right, perfect. 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. And the fall seasons at Trackalicious are getting underway this week. So if you want to register for that, head on over to SimGrid to get yourself signed up for that. Join the Discord for all the latest information. On Monday, we've got the GT4 rookies starting off. Then on Wednesday, we've got the multi-class series in the GT3s and the GT4s in ACC. iRacing and Le Mans Ultimate Series have been announced as well. Tuesday, we've got the Le Mans Ultimate. Thursday, iRacing. Make sure to check SimGrid for all of the information with those series. Thank you all for joining us this evening here at Trackalicious. We couldn't do it without you guys watching and supporting us here. Thanks to Neil for putting on this fun event with the Draft and Drive for Season 3 now beginning will now officially beginning with the draft being completed. So now it is officially started. Make sure to join us next week for the race at Imola. Stay safe, have a good night, and we will catch you all next time.
Hoosier, sorry, really quick before
Eric's
you.
here.
Shut
What's
this
up,
thing
Eric?
down. Sorry. We are actually going to be going to the Sim Gaming Expo in a couple of weeks here. So September 5th to 7th in Chicago. The first ever Sim Gaming Expo is taking place, and it's super exciting. I'm going to be headed there. I know there's going to be a bunch of Trackless people that are going, and I'm going to post not just the link to register, but also we do have a coupon for you guys to get 15 Gaming Expo, 10% off, 10% off. So yeah, September 5th to 7th. If you guys have not registered already, you can use the code Trackalicious for 10% off. Like I said, I'm going to be there. This Dad's Bad going to be there. I think the Cheese Man is planning on coming out, and a bunch of other people. So super excited about it, and hope to see more people. Let us know. We have a bunch of people talking about it in the meetup group. I think it'd be great to hang out as well. Maybe figure out a go-karting thing or whatever it is. Yeah, so it'd be cool to have some people come out. Trying to convince Sam Warden. Sounds like he was interested. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Heck yeah, thanks, Eric. The more the merrier, as always. Get yourself down to Chicago for that Sim Gaming Expo. Should be a bunch of fun. Yeah, the first one ever. Wish I could make it as well. But yeah, it's always fun to meet members of the community in real life. Put some faces to whatever voices you hear just in the Discord hanging out in Eau Rouge or in other channels you may be racing with. So yeah, super fun to meet people from the sim racing events we host here in real life. And with that being said, join us for all the sim racing events we've got going on this coming week and the rest of the fall. Thank you for joining us this evening. Have a good rest of your Sunday. We will catch you all next time.